Man, that's some good coffee. Hey guys, welcome to another video here at Colubrids. I got my nice coffee today. I got a nice little breakfast bagel. We're gonna have fun today. All we're gonna do today is basically talk about the nicest all black colubrids. So stay tuned, relax, and enjoy the snakes. It's gonna be a good video. Before we get to this video, I'm gonna finish this breakfast real quick. So we're gonna start things off with the most popular of all the black colubrids. This is Xena, my female Mexican black king snake. And these are available everywhere. You go to the reptile shows, almost every vendor that has colubrids are gonna have Mexican black king snakes. They're real popular. You can go online, Morph Market, Fauna Classifieds, and you're gonna see the Mexican black king snake. And they're pretty cost efficient. You can find them for around $200. Sometimes they're gonna be a little bit more. Maybe you could find them less, but they're really strong feeders. So you're usually never gonna have a problem with feeding. Now this female is a sweetheart. She's really calm and she's a good feeder, but she never goes to bite me and she's just really calm. Now my male, if I open his bin, he's already rattling his tail and he's striking. He's just always hungry. So when I go to pick him up, you gotta ease your way and not just put your hand in quick. And once they realize you're not food, they usually calm down. And especially when they're small, they're a little bit more defensive. So this is Onyx, my male Mexican black king snake. And these get around 4 feet, so it's definitely a manageable size. You don't need a real big enclosure. And they come from the deserts of Mexico, so they like it warm and dry. And these are probably the blackest of all the king snakes. Really solid black with a glossy finish, black eyes, and they have a nice temperament. Highly recommend the Mexican black king snake. So I wanted to start a quick discussion, and you could leave comments below. What's your favorite black colubrid? Just leave comments below. Mine is between the Mexican black king snake and the black milk snake. I'm really interested to see what you guys say. Now the next couple of snakes I don't own, so I'm using photos, and they're not my own photos, so I don't take credit for them. This is just for educational purposes, so relax, enjoy the snakes, and let's continue with the video. So the black milk snake, this is probably my favorite one on the list, and it's the most interesting of the black colubrids. And I say that because when it's born, this is how it looks. It has a nice color to it, like a tricolor. And as it gets older, it progressively gets darker and darker until it's almost jet black. Some are jet black and some you'll see a faint pattern, but really just almost pure black. So something you should know about this snake, it's the largest milk snake. They hit around 6 feet on average, and there have been reports up to 7 feet. So it's a pretty big colubrid, so you're gonna need a pretty nice size enclosure. And another thing is they're from the mountains of Central America around Costa Rica and Panama. And it's really humid up there and a little cool. So if you're gonna keep them, try and keep a little humid, like a humidity box, so they can go into the humidity part of the enclosure. So as pets, these are really good pets. They're pretty calm, they're good feeders, and they're not really aggressive at all. Now, something interesting about this snake, and this is just a theory, as babies, they're colorful to try and mimic a poisonous snake as a defense mechanism. And as they get older, since they're in a cool climate, they start to turn darker and darker to absorb the sun rays because they get pretty big, so they need a lot of warmth to thermoregulate. Now these are a less common snake. You don't see them as often, so the cost is a little bit more, but they're one of the best snakes you could own. I highly recommend them. The melanistic garter snake. Now, garter snakes in general are more popular in the European collections. I hope one day I can travel to Europe and go to one of the big shows. They got a lot of nice snakes, especially all different types of garter snakes. So melanism just increases the black pigmentation in the animal's skin. Therefore, the animal's real dark and sometimes almost black. Garter snakes have a great personality. If you don't want to feed rodents, they eat fish. They eat other things like frogs, and as babies, they could even eat worms. I'm speaking to a guy in Netherlands right now with plans to get a pair of these. Just beautiful snake. So the black rat snake, these are a pretty common snake. You can find them for a pretty reasonable price. And as babies, another interesting snake, they start off black and gray. They don't look the same way as they do when they're adults. They start off black and gray, and with each shed, they get darker and darker and darker. Now, as adults, you'll notice around their jawline, it usually stays white. And sometimes as adults, they're not jet black. They might have patches of gray on them. But if you want to keep one as a pet, I suggest you get a nice size enclosure because they can get up to 6 feet and they're semi-arboreal, which means they like to climb. In the wild, they like to climb trees and branches. So definitely give them something to climb, like little twigs and vines and whatnot. Now, these snakes are pretty easy to handle. They can be a little nippy as babies, but they're not too bad. And they're easy to find. They're not expensive. And sometimes you might see the leucistic rat snake, which is the white version. But these are beautiful, and I highly recommend them as pets. Now, this is just the introductory what? I don't know if that's a real word. So I'm basically focusing on snakes that I have knowledge about. There's other black colubrids like the indigo snake, amazing snake, and there's many more. But I'm focusing on what I know. I don't want to give you false information. So those are the ones that I know a lot about. And I hope you guys enjoyed. I also want to give a shout out to Knox Snakes in Tennessee. He has some really nice snakes, a nice Instagram page. He has a YouTube channel, and he let me use his photos. He has an amazing black milk snake. You should go check it out. Good guy. And with that, I'm gonna wrap up the video. Have a happy holiday, Merry Christmas, and I'll catch you in the next one. Be safe.